Hello everyone, welcome to my second video. The first one was about, what was the first one about again? The first video I made was about motivation, and this one is about confidence and self-value. These two things play side by side for the most part. You can feel motivated to draw and then still have some issues with confidence and self-value, about sharing your stuff, whether you should be proud of it or not, comparing yourself to other people. These things come into play a lot, and most people I see giving up, they tend to compare themselves with their rivals or the person they think they were equal terms with, and now they believe that they've grown out of their range where they can catch them, and ultimately just feels hopeless and gives up, which is sad because growth it doesn't apply the same way for everyone, because for starters, these are the key factors that affects growth. First thing that comes into play is obviously free time. What do you do with your free time? How often do you get your said free time? Life plays a big role into this because you have your studies, your university, or the breaks in between. Mental state comes into play. The amount of time you put in it, the better you'll get at it. So if you compare yourself with someone who's been practicing every single day for 2 years or whatnot, they'll obviously be better than you. There's just no denying the facts, right? The point is, you shouldn't compare yourself to someone else because you two live completely different lives with completely different mental states and completely different grasp of reality. Some people prefer to just keep drawing. They don't have to worry about their future. Even if they do, they don't care or don't have bigger priorities. Maybe you do. For me, one of the things that used to drag me down was this expectation to make my parents proud. They never specifically said that they're against my life of art, or if anything, they have always encouraged it, but my mom always had this idea of me succeeding and doing well in life, earning money. So that kind of pressurized me into thinking that I won't make it as an artist, or even if I do, it's a very long shot and I don't want to risk that. I don't want to be a disappointment, you know what I mean? So I've tried to be an engineer, so I'm still studying computer science, so that's how I ended up there. But that's just my personal life and how that used to drag me down for a big part of my life, where I didn't take art seriously. I would just draw every few months or so, or draw whenever I felt like it. I wasn't really serious about it. But then I realized that I don't really feel like doing computer science. I want to be happy doing what I do, and drawing was the thing that did make me happy. And there was always this drive, whatever I had going on in life, whatever I did, I could always draw. That was my escape. And I don't know where this video is going. It's unscripted, so I'm just free talking here. But my point is, you need to be a little bit confident in yourself, in what you do. If you love what you're doing, growth will come. You just need to put in the time. And it's not for everyone. Maybe you realize halfway through it that drawing isn't for you, and that's okay. If it's something else, you just go for it. More power to you. But when I see people giving up, it's because they have low self-value. They compare themselves to other people. They don't think they're worth anything. And which is sad, because you have no idea how much can one person grow in a year if they put in the time and play it smart. I'm not talking about daily practice, or you have to work smart. As for me, I post everything I draw. I don't have any background practice or sessions where I'm just putting tons and tons of work. I do a sketch a day, or a sketch or two a day, and it's pretty consistent. It's not super hard work, but I do it every day or every other day, once every 2 days at least. And I've been doing that for like 3 years now, and that adds up. It really does. And I don't draw the same thing the same way all over again. I have 2 different accounts where I tried 2 different styles, which is completely different from each other. One, the doodler account, that one is like brightful, cheerful colors and complete illustrations, where the other one is Peony Draws. That one is completely black and white, simplistic, minimal, and more idea and design you can put into a minimum amount of lines. And then when I'm tired of digital art, I switch back to traditional and then do it on paper. I didn't value myself back then when I was talking to my parents about what I want to do in life. I wouldn't bring up art, not once, because I didn't think I have it in me. I knew I loved doing it, but I didn't think I would get anywhere near where people would pay me to do it. And so, first thing I did was I liberated myself. I thought that I'm doing computer science. Whatever I do with art doesn't matter. There's no pressure. I'll just do it for the fun of it. And then in time, people were willing to pay for it. And I thought, okay, maybe there is value to it. And maybe I can do something with it. So what I did was I did freelance for 3 months. I quit the job I was in and just took care of myself, my pays, my rent, my bills, just with art. As a result of that, I realized that I can make a living out of it. And for you listening to this, don't see yourself as too low. Don't think that just because your friend is now mountains ahead of you doesn't mean you can't. Make sure one thing that you're enjoying what you're doing. Just don't get better for the sake of it. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, just to yourself. And if you enjoy drawing, why let other factors stop you? Maybe you're not making money with it right now. Maybe your art is not good as your buddy who you started out with. Doesn't mean you have to stop drawing. It doesn't mean anything. It's for you. Draw for yourself. And that's the important part. I see people being in dead-end jobs and they don't have the time or energy anymore to switch careers, and they wish they did that thing they love, that they were passionate about, but now they can't, or they won't because they have responsibilities now. They have children, they have wife, husbands, they have these responsibilities to take care of, and taking that big of a risk again would ruin that. But right now, you're still young, your life is barely starting. Now's the time to take risks, and if it doesn't work out, you can go back to your 9 to 5. That's not the hardest thing to do, trust me. Right now, I know I have a goal and I'm working on it. I need to get bigger on social media. Right now, I'm getting commissions and earning through it, but once it's more stable, once I have a more professional hand in drawing, I'm planning to make it a full-time thing. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to have that big of a goal. Just start by loving to draw and believing that you can be good, you are good, you can be better, and you can improve. Take it from me. My drawings weren't anything near what they are today. Every year they've grown exponentially, and you wouldn't be able to tell the same person drew this. And the most important thing that came to my improvement was ignoring whatever people might think of it. I posted whatever I wanted to, whenever I wanted to, and it was consistent and resulting in my own growth of style, growth of knowledge. And if you do something for a long time, you're bound to get better at it. You don't get worse. For cooking, for example, the first meal is gonna be but you'll be proud of it, and then in time you'll know how to cook it better, and each time you'll add your own twist to it, and by the end of it, it will be your own dish that only you can make. So yeah, that's the point I was trying to make, I guess. This video is more like a self-reflection, but I do believe it might help you to get yourself back together in a place. I'm just trying to encourage you to draw again, because giving up on something you love just because someone else is better at it, just because you see yourself as less, is just sad. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't want to see anyone give up on their dreams just because they think they're bad at it. Put in the work, put in the time, if you feel it's worth to you, if you really love it that much, and hope to be better, a better version of yourself. I'm gonna end it here right now because I think it's getting too long, and let me know in the comments what kind of things would you like me to talk about, and if this video helps in any way or not. And I'll be happy to make another video or a follow-up, and follow me on my social media. That's it. Bye.